I think if we'd have started like that, I think it'd be more like that. And the other thing, before we go live, there's been some really shit ideas that you tried to explain to people that it won't work. That blade atomizer thing, where you put we fold the cotton over the top of a blade. That doesn't work.
No,
because it just doesn't work. You go in, physics says that won't fucking work. It'll dry out in the middle and stay wet on the outside. No, it will, because I put socks on a radiator, and that's exactly what happens. And every man knows that. Every man on the planet has tried to dry clothes before they've gone somewhere.
We should talk about this on the show.
We should do. The amount of thickened vaping sometimes, you're like, fucking. Are they listening?
Rob can hear voices.
Woo! Lucky Rob. Who've got there? We've got John Knott, Patrick Pyle, Andy Fairchild, Scotty Bob. But the big Bob Clark is in the house. Russell Blair's here. Franco Miser's here. Johan is here. Tony Parkinson's in.
Tony Parkin Bum.
That's his street name. I don't like to use that because he's not with the gang anymore. So.
True. Tones, we call him.
You dick, and then spat my fucking bit.
Gareth, Dion, Paul, Russell, Scott, E, and loads of people.
Big bad Scotty Bogfoot
in the house. Shall I roll intro and we'll just crack on?
Roll it, man. Sorry, I'm in a stupid mood for the long fucking day. We can't hear you.
Welcome to the new Ohm Show Chapter 77 special
double sevens
this evening. What's the bingo call for that?
No, I don't get a bingo.
Does it go up to 77?
Yeah, I think it goes 100, doesn't it? All the 9s, 99. I don't know. Well, all the 7s, 77.
That's not good enough. Chris, we've got Chris in the house. Chris from Stattqualm is with us. Makers of the squape, the brilliant squape. Fresh from trip to Dubai. Or are you still in Dubai? It's hard to tell with that incredible backdrop. Fresh from Dubai, so we'll be talking to Chris about squape, Stattqualm, what happened in Dubai, the things he's allowed to tell us.
Stayed in Dubai.
Yeah. What the things he's allowed to say about Dubai, and how that all went. Probably the only person in all of chat, definitely on the show, that's been to a vape meet this year.
The second he said he was in Dubai, I was like, "You coming on the show next week? Come on the fucking show, man."
So that's interesting. So we're doing that. We'll be doing Master Vapor, World News, Vape News,
yeah.
And in a special new stuff, we won't be looking at pictures of new stuff. I have 3 new things.
Oh, I thought you were going to say we're going to be listening to sounds of new stuff.
No, that would be great. We'll do that next week.
Yeah, I like it.
No, I've got 3 new things to show and talk about. I don't know why, but people have started sending me stuff again. It's on them, innit? I'm not putting I'm not doing Instagram, I'm not doing YouTube, so it's on them.
I think it's because you're a whore. I think that is the word on the street.
Probably when a vape reviewer retires, they just put like 2 months on the calendar and just say start sending him stuff in 2 months when he's back.
Yeah, he'll be back.
Maybe because a lot of reviewers said they're stopping, but they're coming back.
Yeah, so most do that.
It's so much faster on TikTok. Like what you do on TikTok is in the mid-morning, people post, "Look, this app is toxic. I'm leaving." And then by about lunchtime, they're back.
Look at these.
Yeah. All right, I did it once. Calm down.
All right. So actual new stuff in the new stuff section, just for a change. Just don't get used to it. Actual new stuff, which is cool. So it's jam-packed. Master Vapor, new stuff, news, vape news, and big chats with Chris. What a show! What a show!
It's a good journey.
It is. Yes. It's going to be a bit like the second Lord of the Rings.
I haven't seen the first one. Too exciting for me.
Yeah. So let's crack on with the basic starting point. John, what are you vaping? What are you drinking this evening?
I've got a 12. No. 50 milligram salt nick lemon crack in a doigt on top of the mix, and then I've got the billet box Rep 4 super decked out with EVL alien in it, and what have I got in there? I've eyeballing it on my eye. Oh, Envy by DB at 25 milligram. No here, is it? 25 milligram.
The billet box is in full rotation again.
It is, because I just took it out and I wished I
For
didn't.
ages.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. That's why. I've got Vocations, Life and Death. This is the new can. They do 440s now. That's dangerous. That's 6.5. What is it? 6.7? 6.5%, Chris. You don't want a big can of that, do you? It's madness. You'd be out for the night. Finished. I've got that.
Chris likes his fancy beers. Chris has probably got a strong can.
Good man. I saw he's got a couple of cans. Chris, what you vaping? What you drinking?
Well, I'm vaping, of course, Squape Arise.
Obviously. Good man.
2 milliliter version in MTL mode here with the Stratum box, Stratum something.
I do remember those.
From Russia.
Yeah, they were a friendly bunch, I remember.
Yeah. And in it I got the King Stew Cafe traditional coffee.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, a coffee mouth to lung, nice.
Yeah, it's also with tobacco. It's very
okay.
Yeah.
That's a good mix.
tobacco, coffee, and creamy.
Is it dirty or is
that's
it
the best
in
way.
the morning. It's dangerous.
Yeah.
Um,
That's the best way because a coffee on its own doesn't quite work, and a tobacco on its own doesn't quite work. So to mix them up is really good idea.
yeah, it is. And it's quite nice especially for MTL.
Yeah.
After all. And then I got this Squape 7 with the Estotech mods. Squape 7 with an auto cap and tip.
It's good.
On it.
That's a slick ninja mod.
I like this mod. Really.
It is. So I mean, it's it's like a stealth, nice thing.
Yeah, it's very, very tiny.
Yeah, I like that.
Mm.
And I got the red from Crossbow. It's our own liquid. And yeah, Squape Eyes again in DL mode with a Donny box in orange.
So you have your own juice. I didn't know that.
You said it last time. You did it on the show.
Yeah.
But is it literally Stattqualm juice?
It's first they were like our local juice maker here, and then we merged.
Right. Oh,
They're on
cool.
the site, yeah.
Now we merged. Now it's our own.
Ah.
I like it.
Crossbow Vapor.
So what's
you should
the
sell
red
the
one?
concentrates, John.
Yeah, I should do. What's the red one?
Red is licorice with some red berries.
Oh, okay.
I like
Is it
that.
like red as
It's a little
there?
bit of cooler.
Is it like red as there?
No, it's different. It's very different.
Yeah. I was like, whoa, I wasn't saying you were taking red as there.
No, it's quite nice because the wick stays clean.
That's good.
All the Crossbow Vapor liquids, I have to say, of course. And
I think it's a huge thing now. I think it's a bigger thing than ever. People can't be bothered constantly re-wicking their stuff or
I think
blowing
it's
through coil heads, you know?
I think it's the death of something. Well, I think what that is the tipping point. Like, you can have a cheap liquid, but can you have a cheap clean liquid? No. I don't think it's possible. When I mean cheap, I mean like a £5 for 100 mil.
Yeah,
there won't be.
I know what you mean.
It's just, it's difficult to do. Yeah, liquid, even like can only be one that got like 10 times cleaner when they redid it and remastered it. It's mental. I wasn't expecting it to get cleaner, and it did.
I think it's easier on fruity stuff, but on like cereals or cream
And custards,
custards or tobacco, it's very difficult.
Yeah, they just have to work at it. Yeah, a lot.
There's a Swiss liquid manufacturer, small from Ticino. He creates cold extracted tobacco liquid,
yeah.
And he has a clean line, which really the coil or the wick stays clean, and this is just magic for me.
That is pretty magic.
How he's doing this.
So it isn't the exact same flavour. It's sort of his best attempt at a clean version. Yeah, that's really smart. I like that.
Do you remember? I remember when the net tobacco started coming out years ago, and there were a few from suppliers, and you could half a tank, and the coil was fucked. Yeah. And they would say things like, "No, that's the character. But there's a lot of character on this."
But
character flew off and went in my mouth.
Yeah, but you do kind of know what you're letting yourself in for with that stuff.
Oh yeah, but people were using wicks for like a month, and it was fucked after an hour.
Yeah.
But they were saying that was just character. You could pick it off. It was a lot of character.
Yeah, true. And drinking. My first beer is the Piggy Rider. It's from France.
Okie dokie.
It's Indian Pale Lager.
Oh, right, okay. There's a few of those over here now, yeah. Like IPA type lagers.
Quite nice. And the second one is Pils Brosnan from Sudden Death Brewing from Germany.
Right.
Pretty cool.
And what type of beer is that? A Pils, did you say?
Pils, yeah.
Yeah, German Pils. Oh. They tried to sell German Pilsner here on the pumps, but the problem is the pub has got to be so clean or it doesn't work. Like
Really?
one of my favourite beers is Varsager from south. It's like mid-south Germany. It's fantastic, but if the pumps aren't clean, forget it. It just reacts. It's horrible.
Okay.
It's like arsehole. Yeah, because every region in Germany's got their beer, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't have that.
Berliner Weisse, and there are several in every city. You get your own beer version and your style. And
I got my little brother drunk in the Eifel region when my parents took us there when I was 16, because it was my last holiday with my family. I didn't want to be there. My little brother is 6'4", and so he was 14, so I just kept taking him to the pubs, and then getting him drunk, and then just pretended I didn't do it. I don't know how he got drunk. Don't know.
I've never been to Germany.
It is really gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous place.
Yeah, I went to Germany this summer for holiday in the northern part, like
cool.
North Sea and those region there. Was very nice.
Is it warm?
Everyone's changed their holidays this year, haven't they? They're like, I'm going to Germany. we went to South England.
Yeah.
Oh well, I come to South England maybe next year.
Sounds like a plan. Richard, what are you drinking? What are you vaping?
Okay, drinking a punk initially.
I did see that.
But then something I've not tried before. This is Hazy Jane Guava.
Oh, I thought you were going to do something twatty.
It's going like vaping, isn't it? Where people just randomly stick guava in to a juice.
You kind of don't want that to taste like guava.
Well, we'll find out. Find out later.
Guava's always like, it's fruity with a touch of arse. is the perfect guava.
I don't know. Yeah.
It does taste like that real guava taste, like a little bit of arse. They've
jumped the shark, haven't they, so badly with all this stuff. It's so clear that they're literally just throwing in flavourings now.
Have they just rounded that? Is that rounded down to 5 still?
Yep.
Yeah, it used to be 6 point something, didn't it? I think the other one's better. The old one's better.
You can still get that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but you have to buy it. It's like, I can't remember what it's called, like Hazy Jane Special or some shit. Sorry, Chris.
Using concentrates, not real.
Some.
Yeah, some of their flavours. Yeah, some of their flavours they just chuck in
concentrates. Yeah, some brewers don't. Some a lot of. So this. I
think Brewdog are famous for having sort of 5 bases.
Yeah.
and then so they just throw flavours into one of those 5 bases.
Yeah.
But this tastes of mango and passion fruit, but there's none in it. It's the hops. They just use Citra and Mosaic and balance it, so you end up with that like mango-y aftertaste of like passion fruit, but without the I want to heave kind of fruit thing. Because Elvis juice gets to you after a while. You think, I don't want any more grapefruit. Fuck, I'm done. I've lost my bin.
Is Brewdog a thing in Europe now?
Yes, of course. Yeah, Brewdog
Wow.
is big. Yeah, but I was a huge Brewdog fan in the past.
Yeah.
But now
Yeah.
I'm more into more smaller breweries.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
going to say, but everyone else is catching up now, aren't they? They're all doing shit.
But they've become so mainstream, Brewdog, haven't they?
Yeah, I mean, too many now.
How cool is it, though, that they've kicked off brewing in all these countries? Wherever they've landed, local brewers have gone, fuck you, I'm doing that then, and made better beer, which is... Because you can't, we've said this before on the show, England owes Brewdog, or Britain owes Brewdog the fact that we've got decent beers now, because they're everywhere.
Well, they started this thing a little bit.
Yeah, they kind of just sort of sexed it up. You know, there's so many craft beers, but they didn't have that appeal.
They were bad. I remember going to beer festivals 10 years ago, and it was just different garbage from different places. I went to a beer festival, and I remember I was drinking a beer, and somebody went, "Oh, what's that? Is that the dark one from Bennock's Breweries?" And I went, "No, it's Guinness from the bar." I threw that on the floor. I bought like 8 beer tokens, and it was like shit, fuck off, get fucked, not drinking that. And I just got a Guinness from the bar. I knew what it was going to be. It was lovely. Doing normal news?
Yes. So normal news.
Did you do yours? Yeah, you've done all your baking stuff.
Yes, I drink. Yeah, and some of the things I'm vaping, I'll talk about later.
Oh, sneaky! You might get some sneaky peeks. You keep your eyes peeled.
Yeah. So, now this might just be very British, Chris, but John, what have you made of the fuel crisis?
I've done 3 fuel crises because I've got management qualifications for fuel. So I did 2000, 2003, 2005. I know this year. The weirder bits of this are, I'm sure nurses and things, obviously in much more of a scale, during COVID have had to put up with so much bullshit. But I've been listening to fucking idiots tell me how fuel works for 2 weeks. Somebody said to me yesterday, do you know what they're doing? It's because petrol goes off after 6 months. So nobody was buying it during lockdown. They've got to get rid of it. I went, no, that's not, no. I said, well, it's underground in the forecourt, so it's actually at 5 degrees. It lasts about a year, and they've still been selling tens of thousands of litres. It's being mixed. Don't worry about it. The only way to fix it, which nobody seems interested in, is stop buying petrol when you don't need it. My brother-in-law spent an hour driving around trying to find fuel. That's an hour of totally wasted fuel.
Yeah.
He's not going anywhere. But he just didn't want to be the one without any fuel. What the fuck are you doing? Stay at home.
Yeah. It feels very British. Very British.
But there's none. The one thing I have said a couple of times, I've heard people say, crazy, innit? People nowadays, you wouldn't have got this back in the day. In the year 2000, I had somebody try to assault somebody who was filling up a can for the Coast Guard winch on the helicopter. They were filling it up because we'd given them permission to. I had a guy come in and he started giving me a speech on, I said, no fuel, it's essential services only. And he says, I am an essential service. I'm an essential service to my family. I'm an essential service to my work. And I went, I'll stop you there. And I went out the back and got a plastic box and put it on the floor in front of him. And he went, what's that for? And I said, oh, idiots shouting stuff normally stand on a box, then everyone can see him. Fuck you! And then he left. Rude. I was just getting him a box to stand on. He'd have looked all tall. I've had people throw punches at me 20 years ago.
It is completely... Have you heard about this, Chris? Basically, we've run out of petrol.
Fuel prices in England.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You,
yeah.
There's no drivers. They can't get out of the terminal. That's the problem.
now you have bicycles or what?
The problem is the media, surely.
It is the media, yeah.
Like when the news was officially broken, I think it was 60 petrol stations were affected.
Oh, okay.
And it leaked.
All BP.
It leaked from one meeting. The newspapers blew it up into this huge thing. Everyone started panic buying, and then we ran out of fuel.
They say it's going to be another month. Enjoy.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? It's, I don't know.
It's like toilet paper. No?
Yeah, that. But we didn't do anything. Like,
The crazy thing about the toilet paper was there was no sort of shortage in any way of toilet paper at any point. It was it's one of the few things in the UK we still make.
Yeah, lots of toilet roll.
So we're still making toilet roll. There was no driver shortage then either.
No.
So there's as much toilet roll as you like. But this is the shortage is because of logistics, drivers issues, lack of drivers, whatever. But it was caused by the media. I'm afraid
It won't stop either. They're doing it today. Same thing.
and I really don't like their defence, because their defence is, what are we supposed to do? Not report on it. What are we, North Korea?
Yeah.
And that's bollocks, because the difference is North Korea are told what to say in the news. Yeah. Mm-hmm. British news, European news, whatever, free world news, they have to use their judgment about what's the best for the people. That's
We're just asking you to tell the truth, which is there isn't really a problem if everybody just calms down.
Yeah.
But we won't do it. I did see there was quite a funny thing where they said they wanted the Prime Minister of the UK to instruct service stations to start filtering the queue for key workers.
It's so impossible.
How? You get a minimum wage. I did a joke, which was this. Jeff, do you want to get punched in the face? Not really. Come on. I don't want to get punched in the face. All right then, we'll leave it. Like, what are you going to do?
I noticed there's a fully independent petrol station just down from where I live, and they've put a £30 limit.
Okay, yeah.
They've just decided that's how they want to do it.
The other thing I'd like as well is that people in the UK love capitalism until it negatively affects them. They're not up for it. They're like, yeah, right, mate, we live in a capitalist society and I fucking like it. Okay, unleaded is £2.10. Fucking wanker! Yeah, that's how it works. That's what he's doing. He's making his bit of capitalism.
And the other thing is petrol stations, people don't realise, petrol stations make a lot of money out of being a shop.
Yeah,
and when people are only panic buying petrol, they're not buying sandwiches and coffee and stuff. You know?
It's more dangerous than that as well. You've got the pumps won't sound stupid, but you can't bottom out a tank. So you want to hold at about 3,000 litres. Otherwise, you'll just get shit, detergent and sludge that's just, hundreds of thousands of litres and millions that pass through it. Has a little bit of dirt and it goes to the bottom. And there's about 3,000 litres of shit at the bottom. And you've really got to watch it. And if at any point, if it's a submersible pump, it pulls air, you are fucked. And all your readings are out, so you don't even know what's in the tank. Like, it could overclock it, basically. So then the tanker it's a shit. I did see
Hopefully
a few people lying.
Hopefully it sorts itself out.
Stations were saying you couldn't use the pumps because they were putting the fuel in. It's not a bucket. It's not a bin. It's fine.
It's weird though, because a lot of petrol stations do completely close while they're refilling.
That's because you can't have a car close to the back of the tanker. You've got to be 5 metres off the back of the tanker.
Okay,
so it's a small
that's
station.
fair enough. Whatever.
Yeah, that is. But a lot of them are just lying, going, no, they don't work. They do. The pumps work by.
Yeah.
It's fine. Anyway.
Anything else caught your eye in the news?
Christmas. It's going to be saved. We've been told today.
Saved by what? And what was it in danger of?
Under supply.
All right.
Because we've got no poultry workers to process the turkeys because of Brexit. So, but Boris, most efficient leader, has said he's vowing to save Christmas. Again, Chris, this could all be solved if people just bought what they need rather than a shitload of
buying 2 turkeys.
Yeah, they're gonna. Who's eating? This is a thing I was telling.
It's only one. Everyone. That should be fine. Everyone needs one turkey.
What's the Christmas meal in Switzerland? Is it? It's not turkey, is it?
It's different. We have some
fish.
We have no fish.
Norway's
No,
a fish.
it's
Norway's
Oh,
a
is
fish.
it?
like pork stuff.
Yeah.
But or some tongue from a cow.
Yeah,
Mhm,
because they did Boxing Day here is a pressed cow tongue sometimes. What I was going to say is my stepdad on Christmas he used to work in a factory, and his Christmas bonus part of it was a turkey, and I think that's probably a worldwide thing where probably people get meat or something from the place they work. He didn't work in a turkey factory; he fixed engine parts. Anyway, they gave him a £13 turkey, and in 1990, a £13 turkey was a big turkey. Like they'd eat that with me and my brother, and then they'd have turkey sandwiches, turkey curry, sweet and sour turkey forever, basically. For about a month, they'd be eating fucking turkey. But now, that isn't a big turkey, because now there's like a competition in supermarkets who can buy the biggest turkey. But there's not a way in earth. You see an £18 turkey, there's no way it walked. There are people you're like, don't eat that. Why not?
Does that even fit in your oven, though?
What the fuck are they doing? Why would you want a baby? Why would you want a child-sized turkey?
Just get a chainsaw and cut it in half.
We buy like a £2 like crown bit and then eat that. And that's enough turkey. I'm done. I'm not eating it for a month. It's not that good.
Actual vape news, John. What's going on?
Yes, let's go. Oh, turkeys. Talking of turkeys, no, I'm joking. That's not part of it. I've got to find the links. Oh, exciting news. Chris is going to be taking a pen out in a second to be writing this down. The Duel 2. Bang.
Duel 2.
The Duel 2 launches tomorrow in the UK online.
Only in the UK.
Well, they've got problems.
Yeah, only in the UK.
Because it hasn't passed the US yet. Duel Labs will launch its second generation Duel device September 30th in
If
the
I can
UK.
find a picture of it.
The Duel 2 will only be sold online at launch, but is expected in British retail stores next year. The Duel 2 will not be available in the US in the near future. Any new vaping product, we already know this, has to pass the FDA, which it hasn't do. The Duel 2 appears geared for sale in countries that have restricted nicotine strengths, because they've lost the 59 milligram thing.
Have you seen a picture of one, John?
Yeah, I've got. The only thing I do is that it's on the article, like what I sent you.
Oh, there you go.
That's it. No screen, no tech from the last 10 years.
What does it do that the Duel 1 doesn't do?
Right, so what they've done, they say, what have they done? It says here,
Mesh, isn't it?
well, it says here, vaping devices with tiny atomizers and batteries like the Juul, the original, require high-strength nicotine to deliver a satisfying level to users accustomed to smoking cigarettes. That's why Juul Labs had 59 milligrams. The new Juul 2 puts out more vapor, allowing it to deliver more nicotine with lower strength e-liquid. It's dubious. Research by Juul Labs using the Juul 2 pods, with it, that's got 18 milligram. It hasn't come out well, basically. I don't really understand, because this is an independent article by Vaping 360. It doesn't deliver as much nicotine, because that's impossible. It can't, at 18 milligram, deliver 59 milligram.
If it's double the wattage,
yeah,
I suppose you would get some more nicotine.
I haven't really. There's no real tech information, just that it launches tomorrow, 30th of September.
Isn't it something also with they can control the age, so you have to log in?
Is that what it's going to be? Oh, so it's like Bluetooth.
Yeah, something you can connect with your phone, and then only you can vape with this device. Something.
Yeah, it only vapes if you're close to it.
Or with your phone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But what if you're like me and you've got 5% battery all the time?
You're screwed.
Oh, I don't want one then.
Or just turn that setting off and give it to a child.
That's what I always do with Jill. There's no screen on it. There's no. I don't see. I think it's going to be another load of shit.
On a serious note, I think this is massive for Juul. Almost sort of make or break.
It is.
Because people have gone past them now. You know, like these have gone past. We'll talk about these later.
Yeah, that comes up.
The Elf bar, and then there's the Geek bar.
Geek bar, yeah. They're the two big ones.
They're trendier now. They're more popular now, I would say. Certainly in Europe.
Yeah. It's just a Carter.
I feel like this is make or break for Juul. Juul's shares are just going to... If this bombs...
They've got those Elf bars and the Geek bars. It's a Carto with a nichrome coil and silica wick. And all
in the
them
in the Juul one.
No. In your hand.
Oh, in this.
But what they've done is they've done it at like 30% flavour, and we admit that the flavour is like there.
Yeah.
Like, so they've got over the fact that the atomizer is not very good by amping the flavour, so you can't. When we had Riyadh on, he was saying the flavour from them is brilliant, but so I tried one. Of course it is. There's shitloads. It's like 50% fucking flavour in. It better be there, but it's really clean, and it works. If you gave that to me when I first started vaping, that's better than anything I had for the first 5 years. You know, it worked for a $5. So I'm not going to mind that.
It'd be interesting to see how this goes down because, like I say, I think Juul's on its last legs really.
Yeah, well they're fucked if this doesn't go. I think they're going to have to give them away free again, like they did the first one. They have to do it for £1. They
need some sort of big endorsement, don't they?
Yeah. Did they do that in Switzerland too, Chris? Sell it for like €1?
No.
Oh no, because you've got tax regulation. Can't do that. I used to have do you remember Josh from? Oh fuck me! You would know Josh probably. I used to own a liquid company in the UK, and then he's gone there. He used to sell all the American stuff. He was living in Switzerland anyway, and it's so different. Your tax rules on your on post, etc.
Yeah.
Anyway, Talking Retail have got vaping starts to suffer cigarette-style counterfeiting. Here we go. A leading vape manufacturer has reported it's fighting against fake products which are now being produced in a similar way to illicit cigarettes. Not really. Geek Bar says that it's been sent a warning notice to all UK distributors telling them about the illicit products which it believes originate from China. The company, which is based in China, has been working with police there for the last few months, and 4 illegal factories have been found and shut down. The illicit tobacco trade is based on evading the payment of duty, but there is no similar duty on vaping products. So the vaping counterfeits are making money simply by producing inferior products at a cheaper price. I'd not heard. There's lots of those Elf bars and Geek bars, and the problem is in China. If you get anything produced in China, Rick had this problem too. The control of the product becomes really tough because one person can take a file on a USB from the factory and they sell it for a week's wages.
What they're really referring to is cloning, as we would know it. However, it's suddenly piqued the interest of Geek Bar because there's so much money involved. When we were just talking about a few copies of a Chinese RDA, no one batted an eye. But there's so much money in these now. Yeah, they're actually trying to do it properly.
Yeah, if you could start wholesaling them for 50p, because the production would cost you about, I don't know, 20 pence probably. So there's a huge margin in the wholesale. Chris is going 20p. Yeah. So there's nothing in it. It's a plastic tube with a there is an 18350 in the Geek Bar. I think.
No.
The other one,
No, there isn't.
not in that.
Oh, right.
In the other, I thought there was. I don't know. Either way, it's got a tiny battery, and then it's just 2 bits of wire, and there's no control.
Yeah, but it's a lithium battery, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a huge problem. So
yeah.
I hate those disposables.
Environmentally,
yeah. 100. We feel the same.
Yeah.
It's a real problem.
It's not common in Switzerland at the moment, and it's also not common in Germany, as far as I know.
That's
but they're
good.
coming.
It's coming. Yeah, they're coming.
Yeah.
I mean, we first saw those when Toby had got one empty about 2018.
Yeah, I had to go on it before it was empty.
Oh, yeah, he said, this is going to be big. And it was like, is it? Nah, it is.
Now it is.
Yeah.
$5 each, that's just it. Anyway, that's what's happening. That's that. Forbes magazine. Every so often you get an article come out of America from one of the big publications that is pro vaping, and this is the Forbes version, really. It's called Vaping versus Tobacco, What the FDA are Getting Wrong. Excuse me. Sorry, it's because it starts when the agency. Fuck me. This segment of What's Ahead sharply admonishes the Food and Drugs Administration's cruel and wrong-headed crusade against e-cigarettes. The agency refuses to green light even a single application, putting the vaping industry into legal limbo. This is the problem. They're just stalling on all these applications. So everybody even when they were trying to find that, when you've been told to follow this set of rules, we're going to do this, and you're a sensible company and you're doing everything you're supposed to do. No, we can't do that. No, we cannot break the law. We don't want to get in trouble. Let's get this paperwork in. They're not answering it. So, because as it seems to have been from the start with the problem with America, and the other one is, I'd be surprised if you've not come against this, Chris. Couriers don't know what the fucking law is. Like anywhere around the world, I've had shit stuck in cages as controlled substance, and you're ringing up saying, where is it? We don't know. We do, because it's, where the fuck is it? It's in here. What paperwork do you need? You'll be surprised. We need a chemical breakdown. It's on the fucking outside of the box where you told us to put it, you knobhead. And you can just get stuck there because nobody wants to take. The problem is the easiest answer for any courier is no, because nothing happens. If you say no, nothing happens. If you say yes, then there's questions to be answered. But it becomes ludicrous. I had to get a friend of mine who weirdly knows the managing director of DHL Canada to ring the depot to tell them to move it. So that's like Bill Gates ringing you at Microsoft and going, dickhead, press Control-Alt-Delete now, whatever. I was just stuck in this cage. And it was so stupid. I can't remember what it got. I think it was Ontario or something like that. It just got jammed. And then it got stuck in Midlands Airport because no one wants to move. Anyway, real-world experience and studies, this is back to the article, have demonstrated that nicotine vaping is 95% safer than traditional cigarettes. It's by far the most effective way to stop smoking, better than nicotine, patches, gums, and other anti-smoking aids. That's why British health authorities strongly recommend vaping to reduce cigarette smoking. In fact, the country's National Health Service hosts vaping shops in its hospital, and France doesn't tax e-cigarettes, in sharp contrast to the levies it imposes on traditional tobacco products. Contrary to myth, vaping isn't a gateway to teenage smoking, which has been actually declining. I don't know what they need, the FDA. I don't know what they need to happen. The Daily Mail, though, in the UK, I didn't use this article today, are saying they've run another story today, which was there is a connection between vaping and beginning to smoke, when we know unequivocally the fucking isn't. Like, it's done. All this shit needs to go to bed. There's certain things that I think we're past the point of proving it. Does it help you stop smoking? Unequivocally, yes. Is it more effective than cessation devices from the big medicine companies? Definitely. Patches, definitely. Is it less dangerous than those tablets? Unequivocally, yes. If you to use a normal stop smoking device from the chemist, there is a 1 in 20 chance you'll stop smoking. If you start vaping, and these are both two sets of people who want to stop smoking, there is a 50% chance you'll stop smoking. That's not close. You're 10 times more likely to stop if you vape.
The FDA are bound by government, blah, 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 aren't they?
They're bound by money. They're bound by, whereas the NHS wants to save money, because the more people dying of cancer, it gets really costly. But the FDA they're not interested in that. That's why they'll sell you weed for everything. I've got a funny eye, weed. I can't sleep, weed. My leg's falling off, weed. Because they tax it.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe that the answer to everything from America is fucking weed. And you can get a prescription for any old bollocks to get weed. But you can't vape strawberry cheesecake because kids fucking love it. That's just demented. Kids love any old shit that gets them in trouble. I just don't see that. It's so stupid now.
Yeah.
I think it's past dumb. It's been. Well, I think we normally say that vaping went mainstream 2012. So we're now 9 years.
I don't think it'll change though
No.
with the FDA, because like you say, it's America's pure capitalism. It's 100% capitalism. This is what happens when you have 100% capitalism.
I think flavoured products are gone.
It's money, isn't it?
I think flavoured products are gone now. I think that's it. It's done.
Really?
Yeah.
In
For
America.
them, in the US, I think they're done. Yeah, they've gone mad. Because how do you backtrack? They can't backtrack now. Oh, it's so dumb, and it's just so corrupt. I just can't be bothered with the whole thing. They've had over the years, there's some such great innovations come out of the US, and it's stalled completely now because there's just no point doing it. When you think back, things like mech mods coming out of the US 5-6 years ago, no, probably maybe 7 years ago, they were absolutely amazing. They were really, cracking at some mods. Without the US, there's no DNA. Without the DNA, there's none of the different chipsets that came out after that. I just think it's fucking.
There was
stupid.
a period of time where like LA was considered the home of vaping.
Absolutely, yeah, it's huge.
All the flavors were coming out of there. Like all the latest trend and culture was coming out of there. So like when mech mods and RDAs were huge, that came from LA.
We had some of the first DNA 40s from I can't remember his name now. The guy who does all the coding on the DNA boards. He just sent them over because they had got them in working models and they put them in.
Yeah.
And they sent them all out. Oh, I just think it's sad as shit. I just don't. However, like whatever political decisions they make over there, the thing that really bothers me is I just don't want people to. It's a needless death, isn't it? To keep smoking, it just seems fucking needless.
And like Lucas says in chat, Canada's sort of going the same way.
Voted him in again, haven't they?
Yeah, he seems a nice guy. That is that. Just while that was going on, I put in chat, who has a squape? I just out of interest, because obviously I've covered the last sort of three or four squapes on my channel when I was still reviewing, and obviously we like this kind of thing in our Facebook group. Loads of people just said, yeah, loads. It sounds like everyone's got an A rise, at least. But a few people saying they have the original one as well. A couple of the original ones. It's really it's really nice to sort of see sort of how far Stattqualm spreads. Like,
I think it always does.
Synonymous now, isn't it? Like Svomesto, K-Fun, Squape. There's certain ones that are just almost like the pillars of atomizers that everyone has had a go with in their time. It's really cool.
It's really nice, yeah.
Yeah, it must be like you've just been to the Dubai Vape Show. Presumably, people come up and they've already got one. They come and see you and they've got one already. That must
there were a few. Yes, they already got.
That must be really cool. To see it all over the world.
It is really cool. I mean, if I see someone which I don't know really from anywhere, you know, when I go to some cities here in Switzerland, or when I go to Germany, or when I go to France or England or to Dubai.
I made that. Oi! I made that.
Yeah.
No, not really. I just see it, and I really appreciate it. You know, like it's something special to see somebody is using your device, and it's obviously and hopefully enjoying it. So that's the greatest return we can get.
Yeah, it must be such a unique thing. Like you're walking down the street, you see someone that's literally using your thing. Like that must be that's incredible. Like it's like, I don't know. It's like how do you even compare that? Like it's like the owner or whoever set up Nike, just seeing everyone wearing Nike trainers. And
I can't hear you anymore. Can you hear?
You dropped out there. But it's like I was just saying, it must just be the most incredible feeling.
No, it says my Wi-Fi is instable, but maybe it's working. Sorry.
You seem okay now. It just glitched.
One of the most amazing thing I saw on the TV was like a show in Australia where they were gold mining, and they were filming the team while they had dinner, and one guy was sitting there and waiting the squape reloaded.
That's pretty cool.
In this show, on this gold mining show, so this was really something special.
we have a show. Actually, that just reminded me. We have a show in the UK called Gogglebox. It's a really weird show. It's you watching people watching TV.
It's so British. It's the shittest thing ever.
A very strange program. However, there's a lovely family on it, and there's a guy that regularly vapes the squape. On TV, really? Yeah, on TV, on that show. I don't know if he's still on it, but for years he did, yeah.
We don't pay him.
Get the squape out. It's got a little light that you flick on.
That's incredible. That must be just the most incredible thing.
It is. Still exciting.
Yeah.
I think we need to know about Dubai.
Yeah, we've got to. Was it just like any vape shop ever, like any vape expo ever?
No, it was different because, well, you know, the surrounding, like Dubai is a very special city with very tall buildings. I mean, I'm used to tall mountains, but not to tall buildings. And it was very hot there.
Really?
40 degrees Celsius, and it was really just too hot. But when you go inside somewhere, it's cooled down everything, so chilled.
It looked to us, like from the outside, it looked like a vape show from like 5 years ago, 6 years ago. It looked like there was like loads going on, and it looked like it was for vapors, like rather than how it's kind of changed a bit, where it's more of a business thing now. It seemed like for vapors, but is that the feeling you got, or was that more like businessy?
No, it was strange, you know. Like I think it's due to the days. I mean, it was after the weekend, you know. In Dubai, you got, or in the Emirates, you have the weekend, Friday and Saturday. Sunday is normal working day.
Oh, okay, right.
So it started on Sunday, so all the people had to work, and the first day, about 90% of the people I talked to them were business.
Oh, okay.
Business visitors, but it was not mentioned to just B2B business on this day, but it was just happened like this. And on the second day, and also it started at midday at 12 p.m. and till 7. And people they're coming from about 4 p.m. till 7 p.m. Then you had private customers.
Oh, okay.
Before you had only B2B almost.
Right.
So especially on the first day, and the second day similar, and the third day you had more private customers. I don't know why, but it's that's just,
well, people asking, like, I don't even know, was there any reviewers there that we'd know, because I don't know who went. Was anybody there, like
Well, I met the team. I don't know if you know them. I meet Aros Simeonidis from. He's the chief of the Hall of Vape in Germany.
Oh, okay.
Visitor, and and also the guys from Intaste were there. It's a German big store.
Yeah.
And well, obviously the exhibitors like Dr. Vapes from UK and of course.
Yeah, Vampire Vapes
big
as well.
names were there. Huh?
Yeah.
You had Vampire Vapes there as well, didn't they?
Yeah, Vampire Vapes.
From out the UK.
They had probably the largest booth at the show.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
They were big there.
Well, they've been. I mean, we've known them because they came to Shrewsbury. They used to come to Shrewsbury every year and do that one too. So they've kind of come all the way through Vampire Vapes. We're doing stuff.
They were big show,
and it was
they
it
were
big?
also one of the sponsors of the show.
Is vaping big in Dubai? Did you get that impression?
It's an interesting market. It's an emerging market, and it's not big like in the UK.
Yeah,
I think it's somewhere similar to Switzerland. It's also, I think it's also similar in like Switzerland of the people who live there. But you got all the Middle East coming to the show. Like
there must still be a lot of smokers. I think.
Yes, of course, they're smoking a lot.
There are a lot of smokers. Yeah. It's
and
quite odd because we don't realise because the ebb away from smoking has been quite slow. You only realise when you go. When we went to New York 5 or 6 years ago, I'd never seen so many smokers. Like we don't have that many smokers in the UK, and like every other person cigarette, we were like, "Fuck, smoking." Like, man.
Well, you don't see a lot of smokers outside, of course, because you can't really smoke at 40 degrees.
Outside.
Celsius. But you see a lot of smokers in bars.
Right.
So you can still smoke in bars and restaurants and all that stuff. So that's not a problem in Dubai. And so you can see it there. And so there is a market, of course, in the United Arab Emirates. And but were a lot of visitors from Pakistan, Kuwait, Iraq, Iran, all those countries at the Gulf. So this was quite interesting to see.
Yeah.
And I heard about Pakistan is a big market, Kuwait is a big market, Iran is a big market, Iraq is a big market. It was very interesting to see and to talk to those guys.
Yeah, because I know my friend worked in Qatar for a while.
Yeah.
And there was vaping was lifting off there because he's a school teacher and was asking me how to stop the students vaping. I was like, I don't fucking know. But yeah, it was kind of coming through.
And vaping is legal now in the Arab Emirates. Yeah. And 1 year ago, somewhere 1.5 years ago, it was illegal.
Yeah.
So people sold their stuff under the table in some stores.
Yeah.
And just preparing to the day when it's legal.
Yeah.
And after the day when the government said it's legal now, it exploded.
Wow.
But the wave exploded, really cool. The market exploded.
Yeah.
Well, how did it go? Was it positive for you as a business as well?
It was at day one. I was a little bit concerned, to be honest, because high class, not high end, if you call it high end.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'd rather say high class stuff isn't really known there. There is a market, but it's very small. You would think in Dubai everybody wants to vape some golden stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
It's not. The Arabs, they're saying this about themselves. They're a little bit, like they'd like it to have it easy.
Yeah.
So disposables were everywhere.
Yeah.
I think it was about 80% only disposables at this convention.
Wow.
And this was a little bit of a big concern for me. And the rest was liquids and some pots.
Yeah.
And only about 0.5% of the whole show was other stuff. And me was the only exhibitor with high class or high end gear.
Wow.
The only one. So was a little bit concerning about that. And everybody would just vape disposables.
Yeah.
Sometimes you saw someone with a sub-ohm tank,
Yeah.
something like that, and yeah.
That
So
sort of reminds me of like when CBD happened,
Yeah, it was a nightmare.
and like half of a vape show would be CBD.
Mhm.
You know, it's kind of disposables are the new thing, aren't they? You know.
yeah, but I see also, or I understand the situation. You know, that's a young market, and when we started also with very easy
Yeah.
to use devices, and I can see the point this way, but well, still, I really hate disposables.
Yeah.
Because of the environment and all that stuff, and it's not good for the vaping industry at all. But yeah,
At least you get to go. Oh, you've got.
Yeah,
At least you get to go.
really.
You've got this. Try this, and they go, "Whoa!"
But then I assume
they will change after a year. They will change to
I
squape,
assume
typhoons, whatever.
I
Yeah.
assume after, because you were saying that the first day was bad, I assume it then improved.
Yeah, because I was just seeing, you know, all those disposables. I was very concerned about the whole market, and after I spent more time at the convention, talked to many people, I got a bigger picture of everything.
Yeah.
And so I see hope in the future that also high-end gear can have a little bit of growth over there. You know, high gear never grows as fast as other
No.
vaping stuff, but at least you get know, people get know too that there's other things in vaping
Yeah.
than just disposable.
People need to get invested in the hobby and then look beyond all that stuff.
Yes.
See
Yes.
all the great things available.
It would be so. I know it sounds really stupid, but I remember when the first rebuild atomizers were silica wick drippers. The first thing that ever happened was silica. I remember I had a thing called the Phoenix, but they get to, once they get off the disposables, they get to skip all this shit that was a mistake that we've all done. Fuck, it was shit. We don't have to do that anymore. It's such a strange progression.
Mm-hmm.
I even find it difficult in the shop trying to get people over stock coils. Like, it's really hard now. Like, what the biggest thing for them to get somebody over it is financial. If you can say to them, "No, I know, I get it, but how many heads do you use? Oh, one a week. Okay, how much are the heads? £3, right? That's a lot. You're just throwing it away. How much does this cost to rebuild? Oh, I don't know, half a penny. Like, it doesn't cost anything. Like, it doesn't matter. And if it fucks up, I can just pull it out and do it again. It'll take 2 minutes. But it's because we kind of came through it.
Mm-hmm.
To get a better vape, you had to build. So there was no. Whereas I think, yeah, the stock coils, some of them are. I think I can still outbuild a stock coil, but they're a lot better than they used to be. They're not shit anymore.
Yeah.
Absolutely true. Yeah, and also, I mean, I was surprised I tried the first time disposables over there. So and I was sometimes surprised how they, you know, the taste of them.
Yeah.
So, as you said, it's
too much flavor.
so much flavor in it. But it was interesting to see this. So if I had to start vaping, I probably tried a disposable as well. But after one or two, I realized
there's lots of things
I can't throw away a lithium battery just into the bin.
Yeah.
I think what bugs me as well is that the saving is with disposables is still cheaper than cigarettes, but nothing like what it is. If you're rebuilding, there's nothing. You know, it's so cheap. It's mad.
There's going to be a whole generation of vapors now that never build.
Yeah,
that's just the reality.
I think
they might go from
years.
this to a sub tank.
Yeah,
but that's also a good step, because
it is a good step. Yeah,
the problem of these disposables is the environment. This is just crazy.
Yeah, you can recycle the heads easily. They just steal lots of them, just chuck it.
Yeah, that's not. It's the, like you say, it's the lithium. It's too precious to just dump like we are dumping it. Yeah, I completely agree. Scotty asked in chat, can you ask how the collaboration with Victorinox and Stattqualm happened?
There's still something like not fake news, but it's still the meaning in the market that Victorinox is building our devices. It's not.
Right.
But we asked Victorinox at the beginning if they could work with us on a device, on the first squape.
Right.
And they said no, but we have a partner company, a company which is working with Victorinox. It's in the same village as Victorinox. It's 20 minutes from us to drive there. And they will probably work with you. And since then, we are working with this company. So they are doing some stuff also for Victorinox.
Right.
And they are doing stuff for Stattqualm. So that's the connection.
Right.
And we have a good connection to Victorinox. Besides this, we have this,
you stabbed that guy.
Vibe tool here.
Yeah.
Which we can brand with our logo. You can brand every Victorinox logo, every Victorinox knife, but this is a little bit special done because it's a white plate. It's the logo is different done on a printing, overprinting. It's on the same level like the Victorinox logo, so it's a little bit something special, and so there is the connection.
Okay, cool.
And you're 20
cool.
minutes
I didn't know
away
that.
from Victorinox.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either. I didn't even know you had. Didn't know you did the knife. Never seen it before ever.
Okay.
First time. I've never
There's
seen
coming
that
a new
before.
design.
We'd have to send
Cool.
one so I can see it. I'm no good with my eyes.
This is a very good device for rebuilding. On holidays, I only use this one here, and maybe a Knipex, something to.
I'm surprised when Coilmaster were really big, and they were like the accessory guys. I was really surprised they didn't do that. Some sort of multi-tool.
Yeah.
Because you always say
Phillips,
even though
flathead, scissors. What else would you need? You could even do like the little brush thing. Yeah.
Then you have different,
Yeah. You could even put the build thing, for postless decks. Yeah. Everything. Yeah. I'm surprised, but they kind of disappeared all of a sudden. So
I think everybody with their kit. Again, it's like the Brewdog thing. I think everybody did better. They got out their thing and they showed everybody the way, and then like their pliers were shit. Like I broke them.
Oh no, they weren't great, but
that's what I mean.
At least it was somewhere you could send someone to get something.
I'm saying they showed everyone else the way, because now, like side cutters, like we never used to use side cutters, did we? Ever? Like back in the day, it was nail clippers was the thing. Nail clippers or scissors, or coiling rod was always.
And a little bit of your nail would drop into the atty. And you would go, oh, that's not super hygienic. Just put it outside.
But we used to use, so all these things come as an evolution, don't they? We all used to use a precision screwdriver as a coiling rod. Everybody did. Mm-hmm. You still do, I think. But Rick's, then all the coiling rods came out, and I just think that's what I mean. All these people now started vaping. Fuck off. We fucking did all this shit that you didn't have to do. I had to walk around with a syringe in my pocket so I could fill up my fucking atomizer. Nothing fit. Even things, we didn't even have bottles. The fucking bottles. All the bottles were shit because they were all for other things. We used to use sewing machine oil bottles. Was a big
we used
thing.
to use the dripper bottles with the pipette.
With the pipette, fucking. People say you really taste the difference. I fucking taste the difference in this. Don't use a fucking dropper bottle.
Well, they served a purpose at the time.
Yeah, it's charged us more money.
And you've got some stuff coming out. You were telling me just before we started. You've got some things coming out. Some new versions of the A-Rise.
Yeah, we showed it at the vape show, the World Vape Show in Dubai already. They are just new colors somehow of the squape Rise. First one I want to show is the DLC.
I love that.
Don't know.
Very funky.
Yeah, that's the new thing. Everyone's doing DLC now.
Yeah.
But it just looks really good.
Yeah, it's not black. It's some kind of not it's between gunmetal and black, something like that.
Yeah.
So we try to have it more not really pure black. And then it's golden one.
Gold.
I think maybe Mr. Todd will like this a lot.
Yeah, he loves that.
More the golden guy here.
Golden carbon fiber are his two things.
Yeah. And also one in copper. This is coming as well. With this one, we are playing with a little bit of the color shaping. Like, we have there's a difference in color maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
So we are playing with this one still to find the right color.
So because there was a period of time where people were really concerned about juice and copper.
That's why that's not copper. It's copper coloured, is my guess.
No, it's not. It's like DLC. It's like a DLC coating. It's
it's not.
Right.
The problem there were so many issues with copper because the conductivity was great, but it's so soft as shit. It's awful to thread. It's fucking awful.
It's also not. It's not real gold.
Yeah.
Like Rolex and other clock manufacturer using this kind of gold to ground the steel.
Yeah.
And then they played it with 24 karat of gold over it. And then if you have a scratch in the gold, you can't see it.
That's for me. That's really cool to see copper color at his back.
Yeah,
like
not be copper.
and be completely safe.
Because they fucked it up. Yeah, poisoned everyone.
It's something really nostalgic about that now.
Yeah, I agree.
Seeing a really cool copper atomizer now.
That's got so many advantages as well. You got no oxidization. You don't have to worry about it leaking, bleeding copper into the fucking liquid. And the threads aren't soft.
Because it's always been a cool look.
Yeah,
the health and safety to one side. It's always looked cool, hasn't it?
Yeah. I had a copper Stingray. It was dirty in an hour. Like it went dull immediately. But when it was clean, it didn't matter what the fuck you did. When it was clean, it was gorgeous. And when it was really dirty, it was gorgeous as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has to be either really dirty or really. Yeah.
I had a Nemesis that I just never cleaned ever. It just got better and better and better.
But the threading, there was so shit. Like if you misthreaded it, you went through it.
This is the worst design ever.
Yeah, it was so shit. But we lived that, so it's quite cool. I can remember so many times.
If you wanted a metal, in terms of the locking ring, if you wanted a metal to stick, you could not pick a better metal than copper.
Yeah.
Just unlock it. Oh.
I can't remember what I had. I had something. I can't remember what they were called now. It had a jewel set into the bottom, only a tiny jewel, and it had this. It was counter thread, so it was the other way. And every mod I'd ever had wasn't, and it used to stick like a fucker. I had to take it into a watchmaker's to get him to release it for me.
Yeah.
This was before anyone knew what vaping was. I was like, "There's this bit, and it locks this bit." What are you talking about? No, I know that, but because you got something that would twist it that way, you don't want to twist it that way. No, you do, because it's the other way around. The thread's the other way around. Right? I think that's one bit. No, it isn't one bit. It's so well made that it will never fucking use it again. And then he did it, and he went, "Oh bloody hell! Yeah, fuck."
When will we see these things, Chris?
We are working currently on them. I can't promise any dates at the moment. Maybe we also get a glass pearl.
Yeah, you said that's cool.
We are working on this right now by ourselves. The DLC coating will be made by another company because we can't do everything. But also in Switzerland, and the glass pearls blasted version. It's a difficult name for a thing. Will be hopefully coming in 1 month and those maybe in 2 months. I hope so.
Very cool. Will they be
as far as they're good?
Small numbers or?
Yeah, there will be small numbers.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Small numbers. I mean, the DLC version we will make about 300 pieces, and copper we planned about 100, and golden we planned about 50 pieces at the beginning, and the glass pearl blasted version will be about 100 pieces as well.
Very cool. Very cool. I can't wait to see those. So, excellent. Right, we've already warned you about this.
Vapor.
It's time for Master Vapor. Basically, you don't need to know anything. We're just going to ask you some questions for a minute.
I hope I will understand the questions.
Yes.
So please keep it slowly.
Yeah.
We will enunciate.
That's it's mainly me. I think that'll be the problem there. But I will try. We will try our best in that term. But at least you've got like an excuse.
Yeah, just say I didn't understand. So we always tell people this: if you're not sure, guess or say pass, just to get faster, so you get more questions. Because if you don't know that one, you might know the next one.
Yeah.
Rather than just keep do that.
Okay.
That's fine.
Okay,
Right.
so
I'm ready when you are, Richard.
Okay, so you're doing the first one,
Yep.
John. Oh, I'll just very quickly for people watching. This is the current leaderboard with Mark Todd on top of the leaderboard with 3 points.
Drawing.
Yeah, we're drawing with Chandler and Shrek on 3 points. So if you could get 4 points and beat Mark, that would be really great.
Is there a time?
1 minute. 1 minute.
1 minute.
You have to answer as
1
many
minute.
questions as you
You
can.
can
in
hear
1
like
minute.
a tick, tick, tick.
You
tick.
can't, but we will warn you. We will warn you.
Okay.
Okay, right. So you're doing the first one.
Yes,
John.
I'm ready.
Everyone in chat, let us know how you got on. Okay, ready, steady, go.
Who makes the DNA boards or chips?
Evolve.
What was the name of the glow-in-the-dark mech mod from Acrom?
Fuse.
What is Tenacious TX's real first name?
Pass.
Who invented the e-cig?
Hong Mok.
In vaping, what was the screwdriver V2?
Pass.
What city make the most e-cigarettes in the world?
What?
What city
Which
makes the most
city are known
e-cigarettes?
to make the most e-cigarettes?
Pass. Sorry.
Originally, what was the OBS cheater?
A dog.
In vaping, what does NET stand for?
MET.
N, as in November Echo Tango.
Net. It's it's cold extracted nicotine. Net
Yes,
liquid.
Yes. Okay, and that's it. That's it.
Oh, that was it.
Okay, you did really well. You did
Oh, it
really
was
well.
bad,
In spite of
bad.
everything, you did really well. Okay, so you got the first one.
Yeah.
Who made DNA boards? Evolve. Amazingly, you got the next one.
Yeah.
The mech mod that lit up green from Acrom was the Fush. It was the Fush, just as you
Fush,
said.
right,
Yeah.
Fush.
Tenacious TX's first name Stan.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't get that. You did get the inventor of the electronic cigarette. You pronounce it better than me. I say Honleek. Honleek.
Leak.
Yeah.
Hon leak.
Yeah.
What did it say? Hon Mok? Don't know. Hon. It's Hon.
Yeah. I think that was close enough. John, don't you?
Which one? Yeah, it was fine. I was with
Yeah.
Honlick,
So
was
that's
fine.
3. The Screwdriver V2 was a mech mod. This one might be debated on Facebook later. But the city known to make the most e-cigarettes, Shenzhen.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Now I understand the question.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't understand
yeah.
it, sorry.
I think the question.
I thought it was Switzerland, but it's
originally, what was the OBS cheater?
RDA.
Yeah,
You said a
it was-
dog. It was quite good.
It was an RDA with a big yeah, it was kind of a copy of the Goon. Goon had started using like a Wildcat,
Yeah,
and they just copied that.
I know the Goon.
Yeah. You got this one right as well, though. NET, naturally extracted tobacco. And that was it. So how many was that? So you got one.
That's 4.
4.
2, 3, 4. Yes, you got 4.
Oh,
You are now the head top of the leaderboard.
You're now
Yeah.
top of the leaderboard. That's amazing. That's great.
so I managed to pass Todd.
Yes.
You did. You passed everyone. You're the new.
Yeah.
You're the new leader of Master
In,
Vapor.
in chat, we've got Scotty Bogfoot had 4, Andy Fairchild 3, Gareth Martin 5, Stuart 4 or more. Stuart got 5.
Yeah, a few people are saying. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot more difficult when you're on the other side of us doing that.
Yeah, and English is your like 5th language.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing about Swiss, isn't it? I had a friend that came to college from Switzerland, and you've got Swiss German, German, French, and then English is like 4th.
No, it's Italian.
Italian.
Also, our main language. Also, we have a German part, a Swiss German part. That's different to German. It's a Swiss German part. We have a French part. We have an Italian part. We have a Romansh part. That's some kind of Latin language. And then we learn also English, of course, and German.
It's just, I just can't even begin. I mean, in a way, it's like a blessing, isn't it? Because
It is.
you're sort of born into. you're sort of born into that ability almost to speak. But like that's amazing. I think that's when he told me that, I was blown away. Yeah. Especially at the age of like 17. Trying to learn French. That was just one of his many languages.
Well, it's very difficult. I learned French 8 years in school, but I really can't speak it very well.
Yeah.
And he said all of his English was from MTV, which was huge back then.
I love this. I met I was in when we were in Sri Lanka last year. Met my friend's niece for the first time ever, and she came over and she was really, really chatty and she's talking English perfectly fine. And after we were like, "Did they teach you English in school?" And she said, "Oh, a bit." And I'm like, "Where'd you learn English from?" And she went, "Friends." Like that was it. She just had the box set of Friends and was like, "This makes no fucking sense to me. So she just sat and learned English so she could understand Friends. And then she just now, in her head, 2 people had just walked in who could speak the language of Friends. She was like, fucking done. It's fine.
Right. I'm going to talk about a couple of the new things that came. We kind of talked about these a lot. But for science, because they've become so big, I really wanted to have a go at one. John has them in his shop for new smokers trying vaping. And so he really kindly sent me one, and it's an elf bar, and it is, like we said, a disposable.
I've not tried that flavour. What did you do? Because you like mango, so I was like, try it.
Yeah, what I would say is, like everyone has said, the flavour is quite impressive. We know now why the flavour is impressive. They're literally throwing loads of flavour at it.
But I don't know if I kind of waved a shitty stick at that. There is a skill to knowing to over flavour it, right?
Yeah,
because
otherwise it would just be like if you have.
I think Jules.
Straight.
Well, I think Jules missed the trick. You know, when they did 50 milligram and they do their pods, why didn't they over flavour it? Because they're fine, but you kind of go, that's the same tech in that, really. What feeds the wick doesn't really matter. The fact it's packed in that cotton, who gives a shit? So what's impressive is that they added more and more until you could taste it, and they didn't overdo it, so that I could use one of those disposables, take the environmental thing aside, which is terrible, but I could use that on a night out. If it was 50, it's a bit low for me, but if it's 50 milligram, I could use that on a night out, no problem at all. Easy.
Yeah, absolutely.
In Dubai, they were vaping almost. Everybody was vaping around 30 and 50 milligrams.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is a lot. But But anything to get a smoker away from smoking.
Yeah.
In terms of the actual flavour, mango milk is the one. Mango milk ice is the one I
Yes.
like. The mango's lovely. The milk.
Is it terrible? Sorry.
The milk is like that's sort of the last thing you want in a vape, really, like milk. Yeah, but I mean,
is it milk from a cow or is it? Milk
that's what it
from...
tastes like.
Does it really?
I think it's meant to taste like a milkshake.
Yeah, I think so. Does it taste okay though, or not?
Yeah, it's completely vapeable.
Right.
The mango on its own will be so much better.
They do a mango on its own. I don't have it because they ran out.
Yeah,
I'd got
great. I bet.
So they've got. So I kind of went for flavors that I thought that they do a Coca-Cola, which now in high-end world no one would make a Coca-Cola, but that's what stopped me smoking. A Coke flavor, plain, just a bog standard Coke flavor is what stopped me. And one of the things I get asked a lot, because when somebody comes in the shop and says, oh, have you got a Coke flavor? And I go, no, but I've got Portuguese custard tart with a little bit of raspberry in it. They're like, what the fuck would anyone do that? Because it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Like, it makes sense to us, but it doesn't make any sense to anybody else.
Yeah, they just want blackcurrant or Red Bull or tobacco.
Yeah. And I do have but it's disingenuous. I do like 410 mils for a tenner of like normal bog standard liquid for new vapors and stuff. But even then, when I'm giving it to them, when I'm selling it to them, I'm telling them that it's a rip-off. Like this is cheaper than the shop down the road, but it's all bullshit because you can get 100 mil for 15 quid, which is, more than double that. So, you're crazy.
But anyway, this Elf bar.
Yes.
From a technical standpoint, there's a few things I really don't like about it.
Oh, really? Okay. Oh,
the mouthpiece is really frustrating.
What about putting your hand on the inlet?
Putting my hand on the air intake. Air intake is a tiny hole in the base, but that's literally exactly where your hand goes.
Yeah, it's...
even if you just hold it like that, it's still where your hand goes. They couldn't have picked a worse place for the hole. I don't like the thing, but I can totally get why a smoker would be drawn to this over something else. Like, what the instruction manual for this is just, you suck it.
Yeah, that is it.
There's no charging. There's nothing else to know. The other thing is, I'm surprised by how airy the draw is for how weak the whole vape is. There's no like warmth really, or I don't know.
I saw a disposable in Dubai with a adjustable airflow, and also I saw one you could recharge but not refill.
Yeah, I would like that ability to recharge because I'm about the big thing on this is 600, isn't it? It's meant to be 600 drags, pulls. But I feel like I already can detect a bit of battery change.
Yeah.
So I mean, in another 300.
Draws, I did refill it with liquid. You can refill the Elf bar. Right, but I wouldn't advise it. But I did do it.
Yeah.
It's very simple. You just knock the top off, and there's two plugs. You pull them out, and then you just squirt liquid into. Because it's just a cartomizer. When we used to do carto, it's just a fat cartomizer. That's all it is.
I mean, if I was on a night out, if I was going to a pub, and something happened to my vape, I would happily grab one of these.
It's way better than those cigar-like pieces of shit.
Yeah, it is. It is impressive in a lot of ways.
If I was going on a flight,
I'm surprised by the whole thing though. Yeah. Like the wattage seems really low for the air intake amount.
Right.
If I was going on, the battery's not going to be as good after 500 pulls. How can it be?
I didn't mind. I ran out of liquid before I ran out of battery.
Yeah.
But I would.
But doesn't this really annoy you though? How because you like a really tight draw.
Yeah, but I've been doing this show for that long that you kind of switch off, don't you? Like if you're vaping, you're not.
This is great, by the way, with the guava.
I think Chris has got this would agree as well. There are things I do and don't like, but it doesn't mean that I can't say fair things about it. So it's too airy for me, but for most people that would be fairly tight. But it wouldn't. I don't like it.
I could grab one of these if I had to, and be happy. Totally get why smokers are drawn to this.
Yeah.
The big thing, like Chris has said, the planet. We literally cannot afford as a planet for these to take off.
They've already done it. It's
much bigger than they already have. You know, like
they are massive. They're so huge right now.
You put 2 batteries in a TV remote. It lasts like a year.
Yeah.
These are gonna
Fuck that. It lasts like 5 years. I haven't changed the remote on it ever. I haven't changed the remote battery since we moved in.
These
so
are
4 years.
Every couple of days.
Yeah.
Wow.
After 3 days, you'll throw it away.
And presumably people are literally just putting them in the bin.
Yeah, and they're perfectly. And the other thing is, the cell in there is perfectly rechargeable, so it's a total waste because you could charge it. It's just a lithium.
But people are going to dispose of these incorrectly.
Yeah, of course they are. Just chuck it in.
Then you have to imagine that you have, like, if you sell liquids, John, and sometimes you have liquids that don't sell really well. So after 2 years, you have to throw away the liquids. Sometimes, they are over the dates, and then you have to throw it away. With these bars, in 2 years, we have thousands of them with
dead batteries,
liquids which are not sellable anymore, which you can't sell anymore. But the battery in there is still good.
Yeah.
You have to throw away the whole device because the liquid state is overdue, and then you have to throw away a lithium battery just for nothing.
We do need to find it. They do needs to be a way.
Like
a few
from a vaping standpoint, like this does not hold to this at all. This is the neat from UL. Charging, changeable heads, excellent flavour, same battery life. It's this is far superior, and
something like this, it's very small, very handy. With
I have those for sale too. It's like when people.
No, I know. I as a vape shop.
Yeah, I have to do it. I don't send. I only send that one to you. Nobody else.
It's but also as a good vape shop like you are, you explain the process. This is to get you started, and then come back and we'll sort it out.
I have a problem.
If it was just that wouldn't actually be that big an environmental thing.
No, I will tell you a weird issue I have in my vape shop, which is very strange. Because only me works there. I have quite a few female customers who just come in every week to get the usual stuff they buy. But they've all got insecure boyfriends. All of them. And because instead of calling it the name of the shop, they'll go, "Oh, I've got to go and see John. I've got to go see John. I've got to go see John. I've got to see." So when I finally meet them, there's always this angry little fucker in my shop. She's going, "How are you?" And I'm going, "Yeah, all right." And then there's just a bloke there like that. Yeah. And it's like, chill out, mate. I don't fucking care. I'm not here for the fanny. It's not what I'm here. I don't care. Right. One guy.
I got 2 more things to show.
Oh, okay. Oh, sorry. I forgot we were doing. Yeah, sorry.
Okay, the next thing is the new profile PS from Watofo. It's a massive RDA.
That looks a cunt on there.
Well, it's not supposed to be on here. I haven't had a chance to find something suitable.
It really looks fucking awful on that.
For it to sit on. Yeah, don't look at that. It's not supposed to be on there. But it is massive, though. It's a massive RDA. It's big. We did show it on the show Pitch Form. It's a dual mesh RDA.
Oh, fuck.
So it's like, as bad as mesh is. It's like
is that
bad.
Is it easy to get them firing evenly?
Who cares?
You didn't even try.
How much power do you need? 280 watts? Or?
That's the other thing. Like, if you want it,
that's why it's on that.
You can have 2 whole. So you've got. Let's have a look. 6, 14, 20. So you can have 40 holes open if you have both sides like that. I suppose it needed doing in a way. Someone had to do a dual mesh RDA because everyone was doing single ones. If you love mesh rebuildables, maybe have a look at this. But for me, it's just like exacerbates everything.
And is it just a dripper or is it a squonker?
It's a dripper, but it holds a lot of juice.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, if you unevenly
there probably is a squonk pin in the box.
If you unevenly drip that and it's like that, you blow your head off. Wow.
It hasn't changed anything in terms of mesh vaping. I'll just keep
I don't get that at all.
For some reason, there's something about mesh. It produces an incredible amount of vapor, but it's completely cold. It's a completely cold vape. And mesh, for some reason, mesh rebuildables always have this. Yeah, it hasn't really changed anything. I will say it is pretty easy to build. When mesh atomizers first came out, they were quite fiddly. It's very easy to build, very easy to wick. It holds a lot of juice. The flavour's okay, and the clouds are huge, but because without that warmth, you're just not getting that satisfaction. I've always been a massive anti-mesh rebuildable person.
You really have always hated it.
and I still do after using that. Yeah, I can't get on board with it at all. And really, I think it's really mean. In the box, you only get 2 mesh strips, and it's a dual coil RDA, so you only get one go at it before you start having to buy the strips. Because that's the other thing with this. Like, the whole rebuildable thing was meant to be like we were saying before. Like, you can just keep building. You get your wire. Everyone's got cotton.
Now you have to
buy the exact shape mesh. You have to get the cotton that's fatter so it fits through the mesh. It's the same as the price of a coil head by the time.
I've got a 2 rolls of wire that I bought 4 years ago. Still not got through them yet. Still going for them.
It's really well made. I totally understand what it's about, but it's just not for me. It's just not for me. The other one is the Pyro V4. This is Vandy.
That looks more your kind of.
I like an RDTA. I do like
an
RDTA. I ran into a problem with this atomizer that I haven't ran into for years. This used to be a thing. It used to be a thing that reviewers used to say years ago that the reviewers don't have to say anymore. The screws clip the wire.
Oh, fuck.
Well, so when you tighten the coil, it snaps the coil. I haven't had that problem for years.
Cheap screws. That's what the problem is.
I guess it's cheap screws, but maybe I was unlucky or user error. I don't know. But it's basically we showed it on the group as well, and people were like blown away by how much air it had. It's got all these. I'm trying a single coil now. It's got all these holes underneath. It's like a colander or a sieve, or it's got so much airflow underneath, which I think is a bit of a mistake because with RDTAs there's a limit how many watts you can put through before it can't wick up. Its gravity is still a factor here. It does. I think it's got a limit to how much it wicks. So my airflow is like. I've got it like that. I've got it like that tiny hole, but you can have it all the way to like that. I don't know who's this amazing wicking god that they can make it wick at that wattage.
You put a couple of steel ropes in there to wick.
It doesn't have that ability.
You could. It's an RDA.
Well, yeah, but it's an DTA, and it doesn't have like. There's nothing. You'd need the holes to join with the cotton. That's the other thing about this. I feel like they've slightly missed out on the filling. I get the impression.
Oh, sorry, I see what you mean. Yeah, it wouldn't work.
I get the impression. I don't even know if it'll show up on camera. I think that's the filling hole.
Nice.
So it's like your really little 10ml bottle.
You need your needles again.
Yeah, it's almost like
you need your sewing machine oil bottle. That's the one.
I think that's what that holds for. So I just lifted the cotton up and put the juice down there. It's maybe that's what you're supposed to do. I don't know. I haven't seen any video or anything. So they missed a few tricks, but it's pretty good actually. It's a pretty good RDTA, cloudy sort of RDTA. It's all really straight edges on the airflows. That's why it's quite noisy. I don't know why no one ever. It's only the higher end stuff that bevel the edges on the airflow, but they haven't done that, so it's quite noisy. But it's an absolutely fine RDTA. Just with a few little weird tweaks where
I've liked having live new stuff. It's good. I like it.
It's not horrendous looking either. It kind
No,
of
I don't mind
old
that.
school sort of. It's there's no big
Wait,
monkey's
much
face on it or
knurling.
anything
Yeah.
like a panda or anything. So I quite like the look of it as well. It vapes fine. If you're an RDTA fan, which obviously not many people are for some reason, if you are though, it's one of the better ones. It is one of the better ones. Just with some weird quirks, like the airflow thing, like the refilling thing. But when you with all that done, it's still it's a lovely vape.
Nice.
So that's the Pyro V4. I think they should on the next one collaborate with someone. It doesn't have to be like a vaping celebrity to get the name out thing, but just send it to an actual vapor as part of the development process. You know, just to get these little things ironed out. That would be my advice to them. But that's been my advice to all of China for 7 years. Yeah. But no, so they're pretty cool stuff, I guess. The mesh thing, I'm still baffled by the mesh thing. Someone needs to work out why the coil heads are good and the rebuildables are bad. That's what needs to happen. But yeah,
it.
but nice to be sent some new stuff.
I've just been setting up an offer that I'm only going to tell our
On the show.
people on the show who are classic vapors. I've just changed doing it now. I've just changed the price of Nata Original and Frambosa to £2 off until tomorrow morning for the concentrates. So it's $3.99. They're UK prices. They're normally $5.99. So that's a third off Nata and Frambosa because you're watching the show. I'll hold it until midday tomorrow so that people can watch it tomorrow morning. And don't forget that Cactus is back in stock. That went fucking insane. It was nuts. Yeah. It was like, I can't even think what it was. It was like 60, 70 orders in about 18, 20 minutes. It was fucking mental. But I did order a shitload. Brexit was a bastard. But anyway, Cactus Punch has gone insane.
But there is still some, if people...
Yeah, because I bought double what I would expect to need.
So
because
if you forgot about Cactus, that's back as well.
All of them. Jackie, Ding, and all that.
I was going to say, where are you going next, Chris? Is there any more vape meets, even like any vape expos planned in the world right now? Or?
Yeah, there is one in Germany. I think these are next week, but I don't go there. I won't go there. And there's another one in November, also in Germany, in Dortmund.
Is that the one in the castle?
No.
Oh no.
Castle. But there's one in London.
Oh.
Where?
It'll
be
know that?
No.
The World Vape Show in London.
It's a follow.
It's in December.
Yeah, I think.
When is it?
Yeah, it is.
Are you going, Chris?
No, not
Where is it? Where is it? Well, Vape Show.
Excel London.
There, so they were on the dock again. That's where Vape Jam is.
Yeah, I think it's the guys that did the one out of the Empire before.
No, they did it. They did one at Earl's Court.
That's it, yeah.
I might go because my accountant needs me to use money so I can get it off my tax bill.
Oh,
So,
cool.
yeah.
So which of those are you gonna go? Are you gonna go to any of those?
No, I think this year not anymore.
Okay.
But next year probably Hall of Vape, of course, in Stuttgart, and again maybe Dubai in June.
Mark Todd says there's Paris coming up as well.
Yeah, Paris is also I heard about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But my time schedule is a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. We recently started also to sell beers.
Oh.
Yes. Now we have in our vape store we have craft beers. So that's a big.
Wow. That's nice. Can people?
I've got an alcohol license, and I've thought about doing this before.
Yeah,
in my shop,
it's excellent. People love it.
Yeah.
People love
bottle
to
shops.
buy
Bottle
vape
shops are
stuff and
huge
also
now.
beers.
Can they drink in the shop, or do they have to go?
Yes, I can drink it here. Yeah.
Oh wow, that's cool. I'm coming.
Yeah, you should.
That's really good. I really like that.
It's not that far, Switzerland.
Yeah. I've been to Ukraine.
I've never been.
That's another way.
I will tell you a joke from my Swiss great uncle. I did have a Swiss great uncle called Jan.
Okay.
This is his best joke, right? He was meeting my dad at the airport. He'd not seen my dad for 30 years. And he said, I'll wait for you at the airport. And my dad said, great. But Jan, I haven't seen you in 30 years. I haven't even seen a picture of you. How will I know who you are? And he said, Les, don't worry. I'll be the guy wearing a watch. That was the joke. That was the best joke he had.
I don't get it.
They never, because in Switzerland, they didn't own property. They owned the lease on the apartment, and they lived in their apartment. He was married.
Lease, yeah.
Yeah. They had an apartment above a fire station for 60 years. My great auntie Violet and Jan, her husband, they lived there for 60 years, and they didn't own anything. They just had a lease. So Germany's the same. They don't buy property; they lease it because they're not stupid like British people.
Yeah. So let us know when the DLC A-Rise and everything comes out.
Pop it on the page as soon as it comes up.
Yeah, drop us a note and we'll do a big thing so people can see.
Okay, great. Thank
That's
you.
cool.
I will let you know.
Thanks for coming on. Thanks for letting us know about Dubai. Sounds amazing.
Thank you.
It does. Thank you so much for coming on, Chris.
Thanks for coming on. Really cool. Always great to see you, and just great to see Stattqualm everywhere. You know, I'd like I said before, I just think it's really cool that everyone has had a go on this. You know.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure to be here.
Cheers. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you again next time.
We've got next week off. Bye.
Yeah, no show next week. Sorry.
Bye. Bye.
Bye-bye.
We're off.